Hello, children of a lesser God, and hello, Dolly. This is me, oh Dolly. It's so nice to have me back where I belong.
Now to get serious.
no doubt about her. suicide. Every new day you might survive, or every 10-year prime you die. The cold blood, oh Truman, how true it. Ooh, hey.
Hi, this is Lee Black Childers. I managed Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers for 2 years starting in 1976, which means in December of 1976, I got the call from Malcolm McLaren to come over and do the first Anarchy in the UK tour with the Sex Pistols, the Damned, the Clash, and the Heartbreakers. Now, we had never heard of any of the other groups, and basically we just went because Malcolm had had a previous association with the Dolls when Johnny was with them, and Johnny figured it was a trip, so off we'd go. It didn't matter. We weren't doing that much except the same old thing in New York anyway. When we got there, the Sex Pistols had talked dirty on British tea time TV and created total scandal and sensations. Suddenly, nobody was talking about anything except the Anarchy tour. We had to hide in our hotel rooms. Everything was crazy. We were turned away from town centers before we could even perform. And finally, at Leeds, a little industrial town in England's Midlands, in the Polytechnic, we finally got to do our first gig. The first band on was The Clash. They were great, of course, although they were youngsters then. The next band on were the Heartbreakers. Johnny kind of shambled on stage, all shark skin and attitude, stared at the audience. He had a reputation for undependability and a reputation for inconsistency. Nobody knew what was going to happen. The band came on. He ruffled his hair. He looked at him. He stood pigeon-toed, and he sang, "Do You Love Me?" And every mouth in the place dropped open. All the other bands came away from the bar and out of the dressing room and stood aghast. And for the first time on the Anarchy tour, they saw real rock and roll happening.
You broke my heart, 'cause I couldn't dance. You didn't even want me around. But now I'm back, but you know I can really shut them down. Oh, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Now that I get down. Watch me now, hey.
Generally accepted as one, if not the, anthem of the whole punk revolution in England is, of course, the song Chinese Rocks. They first performed it on the Anarchy in the UK tour with the Sex Pistols, The Damned, and The Clash, and it soon became the song that was the slam dance favorite of all the kids all over England, Scotland, and Wales. They screamed for it, they cheered for it. 99 and 44/100% of them didn't have any idea what a Chinese rock was, thank goodness. They just knew that these crazy people were getting even crazier every time they sang it. The song was, of course, completely surrounded in controversy as far as the legalities were concerned, because it was written on a few sweaty summer nights on the Lower East Side somewhere near Norfolk Street, somewhere between Richard Hell, Dee Dee Ramone, Jerry Nolan, and Johnny Thunders, and I don't think any of them ever really remember who wrote what. So once they all began to get a little famous and become professional, they, of course, were required to sue each other, which was very funny because we'd run into each other all the time, hug and kiss, and at the same time, they were all locked in bitter legal battles over who wrote what line of the particularly sordid lyrics of Chinese rocks. But it was definitely the song that took off, became the symbol of the Heartbreakers, and pretty much the symbol of that incredible winter and spring in England of 76 and 77, when the whole country was turned completely upside down, coincidentally the same time the poor Queen was trying to have her Silver Jubilee. It was terrifically brilliant. And the flip side of the single was, of course, Born to Lose, which really is spelled Born to Loose, which is far more descriptive of Johnny and all the rest of them.
What are you on, Jack? Some monitors, don't be shy. This one's called Chinese Rock.
Hi, I'm Elliot Kidd, and I'm a real old friend of John's. Seems like, I don't know, I guess I've known him forever. Let's see. John and I used to sit up at night and play acoustic guitar when we were like younger and all night long. And then I was in a band in the 70s called the Demons, and Walter was in the band for a while. And we shared a loft with the Dolls, and then when Johnny started the Heartbreakers, we moved into another loft with them, so I got to see him play a lot. Although most of my memories of him was just the two of us hanging out and being friends. And anyway, about 1980, John came over and he said that, maybe it was the beginning of 81, John came over to my house one day. He said they were going to have some old beatnik show at the Mud Club with for Ginsberg and Burroughs and all those cats, and he thought we should do an acoustic set, just the two of us. So I said, yeah, cool, you know. And so you know, he started playing the songs for me that he wanted to do, and he goes, this is a song he wrote about Sid, and Sid had just died, and started playing the song Sad Vacation, and I just thought it was brilliant. It was like a real masterpiece. And it was my favorite song to play. Because, you know, after that show, we just kept on playing acoustic shows. And I just really got a charge out of it every time we did that song. So I hope you all enjoy it tonight.
This one here, this one I read up about a friend of mine called Sid. And God bless him wherever he may be.
I'm sorry I didn't have more to say. Who made the eye? How could it change your fate? How you who thought, who misunderstood? How you could have been anything you wanted to be, copied to sad vacation. Oh, what can I say? It's a sad vacation. Oh, well, flowers of romance. Hey, wasn't that real? How Belson was a gas. How just like he used. How you were so real. That's why they are real. How singing from your grave. It's so very hard to do, because it's a sad vacation. Oh, what can I say? It's a sad. Well, poor Sidney, he never had a chance. Somebody to talk to, somebody to stick up his ass. Poor Sidney, I feel so. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hi, this is Elliot Kidd again, and hope you're all enjoying the show. Let's see. There was, I don't know, when we were younger, every time John would have like a fight with whatever girl he was going out with at the time, he'd be running around like saying, I'm going to join the He-Man Woman Haters Club. You know, it was an episode from the old Little Rascals TV show, you know, and so, you know, like it was kind of like a joke, you know, for him to, you know, so we would just like be laughing it off that like he was having problems. And so it was kind of like a, you know, like a little private joke between us. And then one time he, when we were doing the acoustic shows, he told me he wanted to do this song, that a Stones song called I'd Much Rather Be With the Boys. And, you know, like I was familiar with the song, you know, so John played it for me, and it was like, you know, all different music and he sort of like, you know, different lyrics and stuff, and he sort of adapted it to be like his own style. I thought it was great. I mean, I liked it better than the original version, and we had a lot of fun playing that one. And I always had a good feeling about it because I knew that there was a lot of times in John's life he'd much rather be with the boys.
Here I am, all alone, and all dressed up to kill. But I'd much rather be with the boys than be with you. Here I am, with the gang. I don't care where you are, but I'd much rather be with the boys than be with you. I hold my head up high when I walk down the street. Now I'm a boy who's standing on his own 2 feet. Don't try to call me, 'cause now I know the score. And now I know I don't need you anymore. It's over now, no sense looking back. But I'd much rather be with the boys than be with you. Here I am, with the cats. I don't care if they're all brats, but I'd much rather be with the boys. Yes, I'd much rather be with the boys. No, I'd much rather be with the boys. And girls like you.
Like me?
And girls like you.
Me?
And girls like you.
Me?
And girls like you. And girls like you.
Me?
Trash won't pick it up, take them lights away. Trash won't pick it up, don't take your life away. Trash won't pick it up, don't try to take my night away. And please don't you ask me if I love you. If you don't know what I'm doing, what you know is trash won't pick it up, take them lights away. Trash won't get it up, don't throw your love away. Trash won't pick it up, don't try to take my night away. And please don't you ask me if I love you, 'cause I don't know what I do up my nose. Trash won't pick it up, take them lights away. Trash won't pick it up, don't take my night away. Trash won't pick it up, forgot to take them all away. And please don't you ask me if I love you, 'cause I don't know if I do. I want to wipe it out here with you and take a lover's sleep with you and go to fairyland with you and go to heaven blue with you. But I just don't know if I do. I just don't know if I do. How do you call your lover boy? Trash! Pick it up, take them lights away. Trash! Pick it up, don't put that knife away. Trash! Pick it up, don't take your life away. Trash! Get it up, don't throw your love away. Trash! Pick it up, don't take my night away. Trash! Pick it up, got to take them all away. Trash! Pick it up, don't take my night away. Oh, trash! Whoa, whoa.
is Arthur Kane. I'm coming to you live from LA, remote. I would like to introduce this song, Chatterbox, and explain to you what special meaning it has for me. I met John on the street in 1971, and that was the beginning of the New York Dolls. We used to play a song called Milk Me, but the lyrics were rather on the pornographic side. One of the first times we played out, and John's family came to see us, they were sitting like in the third row. I remember about 1 minute into the song, I flashed on what John was thinking, is that these lyrics are a bit too racy to be singing in front of their family. So, I know he kind of mumbled through the song that evening, but he went home that very night and came back with the lyrics for Chatterbox, and we never played that song as under the title Milk Me again. And that's just one of the little stories about the Dolls that made everything interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is Tony Cora from the Waldos. We're here at rehearsal space, me and Walt, and I'd just like to say I played with Johnny from 79 to about 84, 85. And when everyone thinks of Johnny Thunders, they think of a real good guitar player and a real rocker. But one of the things I loved about him most was his ballads, and I'd like to introduce one of my favorite ones by him from the LAMF album, and it's called It's Not Enough.
You can give me this. You can give me that. You can give me this. You can give me that. It's not enough. Money so great, so casually seen. It don't bother me. It's not enough. It's not enough. Every town I go in, every street I walk down, I get anything I want. I just lay my cards down.
Hi, this is Walter Lure from the Waldos. We're here rehearsing here, me and my band. And I played with John from 75 or 4 till just before he died, actually, because he showed up on stage with us. One of my favorite memories is we were playing Irving Plaza one night, and John was sort of, we had to go on stage, and John was sort of resting in the dressing room. He couldn't wake up. So we go on stage and we played a few songs, and we speak, we're just going to have to play the whole show without John. And then we started this one song called So Alone, and lo and behold, John shows up in front of the audience, a few bubbles dripping out of his mouth, but he was in good shape, and he comes up and he starts playing it, and it was one of my favorite ballads. We played it really good that night. And we played all the way through, and then John kept on playing, so we had to pull his plug, but it was a great song that night. Here it is.
Hello, this is Allison Gordy of the Johnny Thunders Band, also known as the Oddballs. I wanted to introduce one of my favorite songs, which is called Diary of a Lover. My all-time favorite is You Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory, but this one has more special. When I met my boyfriend, Stephen Hoda, he introduced me to John, and I didn't know who Johnny was. And at the time, he took me over to his apartment. He said, I got to play you this thing. So he put on a bunch of Johnny stuff, and at first it was like these garage tapes, and I didn't really like them. I thought, this is crap, what are you doing? Then he put on Diary of a Lover, and it was the acoustic stuff, and I thought this was really something, and I think he used it to court me, and anyway, we're still together after 5 years, so I guess it worked. It's song sort of speaks for itself, so here it is.
I love her so. Hey there now, we just met. Maybe I'm foolish, but maybe something's on man. Was it her hair, dark as the night, and in the light I'll make her mine. Her diary of a lover. Yeah, I tell her I love her. Even though I share her, I'm still fortunate. Just getting to know her makes me remember things I forget. She's such a girl. Yeah, she's living in my world. Every time I see her, she's got a punch in. Her time's so limited, 'cause she's still living with him. She's such a girl. Yeah, she's living in my world. But let me tell you, you guys, y'all got it so hard. You gotta fight so hard just for some love. Too bad, sucker, you're not in a band. It's so easy, gets out of hand. But who really cares?
Hi, this is Dino Cinzali.
This is Vito Ginzali.
And we'd like to dedicate 2 songs on our father.
You're just another girl?
And short lives.
Just another girl. That's smarter than me. That's smarter than me. That's smarter than me. Short lives seem so romantic. Short lives, I just can't stand it. Short lives, these curtains for you, goodbye. Short lives, bad advice. Short lives, pure sacrifice. Short lives, there's blood on your mind, don't cry. Can it be true? They got nothing else to say. Do you think they want it that way just because everything goes that way? Short lives make good movies. Short lives looks real nice. Short lives you can't top it, don't try. Short lives seem so romantic. Short lives, I just can't stand it. Short lives, these curtains for you, goodbye. Can it be true? They got nothing else to say. Do you think they want it that way just because everything goes that way? Short lives, bad advice. Short lives, I just can't decide. Short lives, these curtains for you, goodbye. Short lives, short lives, short lives, short lives, short lives. Short lives, short lives, short lives, short lives, short
Hello, it's Bob Gruen. I'm a photographer. I met Johnny Thunders when he was in the New York Dolls, and I was taking a lot of pictures for them. And I always enjoyed seeing Johnny. Johnny had a lot of charisma and a great sense of humor. He was a funny guy to be with. He always had a great style. He always looked good. He knew how to dress real well. And I liked being with Johnny a lot. I think a lot of people like being with Johnny, and it's kind of a shame that Johnny didn't like himself so much. He always seemed to be in a lot of pain. He always seemed to be feeling bad and feeling unloved, which is too bad, because I think the only person who knew him who didn't love him was himself. So this song, I think, reminds me of what Johnny's life was like. It's called I Was Born to Cry.
Yeah, well, I'd like to tell you something about the good and the bad. I wish today the world, my friends, would stop being sad. There's so much evil around us, I feel that I could die. 'Cause you know, yeah, I was born to cry. Well, I ever told you all about the good things I've done.
Hi, this is Michelle. I've been listening to the show for a while, and since it is the anniversary of Elvis's death, and Johnny was a big fan of Elvis's, I'd like to dedicate a song to the memory of both of them.
Hey, down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens. Stood a log cabin made of earth and wood. I lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read and write so well, but he could play the guitar just like a ringing of bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go, Johnny B. Good. His mama told him someday you will be a man, and you will be the leader of a big old band. Many people coming from miles around, they hear you play your music when the sun is down. Maybe someday your name will be in Leipzig. Johnny, be good tonight. Go, 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 go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny, be good. Hey, mama told him someday you will be a man, and you will be the leader of a big old band. Many people coming from miles around, they hear you play your music when the sun goes down. Maybe someday your name will be in Leipzig. Johnny, be good tonight. Go, 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 go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny, be good.
Hi, this is Dino Orlando from the band VOV. I'm honored to have been the engineer on this program. The song I'd like to play is off one of my favorite albums, So Alone. It also features Steve Marriott, Phil Lynott, Steve Jones, and Paul Cook. I bet Johnny, Stevie, and Phil are jamming on this one right about now.
You had fun. Hi, this is Cathie Borochs. I'd like to personally dedicate the final song to all the members of Johnny's family.
There's another one I did in Tokyo. It's called You Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory.
It doesn't pay to try. All the smart boys know why. It doesn't mean I didn't try. I just never know why. Feels so cold and all alone. Oh, baby, you're not at home. And when I'm home, big deal, I'm still alone. Feel so restless I am. Beat my head against the pole. Try to knock some sense down in my bones. And even though they don't show, the scars are so old. And when they go, they let you know. You can't put your arm around a memory. You can't put your arm around a memory. You can't put your arm around a memory. Don't try. I don't try. You're just a bastard kid. You got no name. 'Cause you're living with me. We're one and the same. And even though they don't show, the scars are so old. And when they go, they let you know. Okay, you can't put your arm around a memory. You can't put your arm around a memory. You can't put your arm around a memory. Don't try. You can't put your arm around a memory. You can't put your arm around a memory. You can't put your arm around a memory. Don't try.
Goodbye, Dolly. It's me, oh Dolly. It's nice to have you back where you belong. Good night.